Hi everyone, this is Rion Paper. I hope you're doing well. It is currently Monday morning. I don't think I've ever filmed a video this early. It's 8 o'clock right now. But yeah, there's two reasons for that actually. One, I haven't set up a single spread for this week and it's making me a little restless. I don't like going into the week as unprepared as I am now. And the second reason is that it's supposed to be 33 degrees Celsius today. I film in my attic, so in a couple of hours, it'll be scorching hot right here. So I'm taking advantage of the lovely, cool morning breeze through the windows to take a moment to film this video. So yeah, I have a couple of things that I want to do. First, I'm gonna grab this one, my takeanote planner in A5. The decoration for this planner, I mean, obviously the decoration isn't necessary to journal in here. I write in this most days. Well, I'll talk about why I didn't journal as much last week, but I'm just gonna put some decoration down because I like spacing the decoration first and then I don't have to think about it. If I just keep like writing from top to bottom and then put some decoration wherever there is space left, then I don't know, it'll look a bit imbalanced, I think. So I've already cut out some PET tape from London Gifties. Some lovely, lovely desk scenes, really cute. They have the perfect vibes for this spread. So I'm just gonna put some of these down and we'll talk about last week for a bit first. So last week was my first week at my new job and it was a lovely first week. I mean, it's still summer and lots of my new colleagues are still on holiday, which means that it was quite quiet around the office. And that was a really great environment to start in because it wasn't as overwhelming and busy, as hectic as it will be like this time next month. So that was actually quite nice. I enjoyed getting to learn lots of new stuff, try out new things that I've never done before, and just finding my way around the office and around the different digital systems that we use. However, I had the worst sleep I've had in years for the last week. There were 3 days, like 3 nights, exactly the 3 nights before I had to go into the office, that I just did not sleep at all. So by the end of the week, I was super tired. I had a pounding headache. I was just feeling sort of lightheaded. And I was so happy that it was Friday evening and I could just, just crash. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot better right now. And I'm really hoping that this week will be better in terms of sleep. Do not recommend at all. I'm going to put that here. What do I do with this one? I try to make sure to use sort of all over these 2 pages. I try to put a sticker in every corner of the page so that the book bulks up more or less evenly. So for example, if on the last page, like there was this sticker here, which means that I try not to put one here or here on this spread. I think I'm going to go with this. I like that actually. This week I only have to go into the office 2 days instead of 3. So that's nice. Well, I mean, I don't particularly mind going into the office, but I've always enjoyed working from home in my last job as well. So let's put this one here. Lovely, lovely. I like how these very big PT stickers just make decoration super easy. I just put down 4 stickers. I mean, cutting them out was the part that took the longest, but I really enjoy fussy cutting, except for when I cut these out yesterday, because I don't know when I did this, but I sort of hurt my finger, and cutting them out, like just holding the scissors, really hurt my hand. I don't know why. But then again, I'm also the person that'll notice at some point that I'm bleeding, like on my hands or arm, and I'm like, when did that happen? So yeah, no surprises there. Okay, this one's done. So yeah, that's also why last week I didn't really journal as much. There's like this column for Tuesday that's still completely empty. And then this spread until yesterday was completely empty. I didn't journal. Like I went into the office on Thursday and Friday as well. And then my partner and I went to my parents' place for my mother's and my grandmother's birthday. They celebrated it together because there's like just like they have their birthdays in the same week, and my grandmother is 92 years old now. So like, yeah, hosting a birthday party is a bit much of an effort for her. So my mother was like, we can just celebrate together. So that was lovely. But that meant we were away on Saturday for the entire day, because that's a almost 3.5 hour train ride. And we came back the same day. So that was like 7 hours in the train, which I kind of like. I mean, I enjoy just sitting on the train, reading a book. And what I was doing also was typing out some journal entries on my laptop, which was really great. It was a really great way to just sort of decompress and write. How do I put this? Just empty my head onto the page to go like into the weekend fresh and ready to recharge. And yesterday I started writing down what I had typed on my laptop in here, and I still have to finish that today. I think I've written more or less enough to fill up the entire spread, so that's nice. Now I can just like fill it in. So yeah, that's this one. So I work on Tuesdays, Thursday, and Friday for the foreseeable future. No, that's not that bad. And yeah, so that's just 3 days, which isn't that much. But yeah, that's just what the job application was for 3 days a week. So it's fine. But that also means that I have 2 days, Monday and Wednesday, to do some chores, to work on YouTube videos, and do lots of other stuff as well. So that's why I'm filming today on Monday. I'm just gonna divide this left-hand page. There's these tiny dots. If you have a Hobonichi weeks, you'll know. But there's these tiny dots. I don't know if it even focuses. I can't really see. There's these tiny dots. There's 2 of them. So you could divide the page into 3 columns. But I think that's a bit much. So I like to do 2. I used to always make a line down the middle, but it's really hard to know where the middle is. So that was annoying me because there's no dot there. And I always use a gray fine liner instead of black because it's a bit less in your face, which makes it easy to focus on the text. So yeah, let's see. I want to do some completely different decoration on this page. Probably gonna do something with these neutral, like brown and beigey washi tapes. And then I have these stickers from the washi tape shop. What I tend to do, if I have a roll of stickers, I tend to cut them into strips like this. So this was originally on a roll, but that takes up so much space, and it's really annoying when you need the same sticker a couple times and you'll just end up with a roll that has lots of empty space in between the stickers. So what I do is just like cut it into strips and then put a paper clip on it and put it in a box so that I can easily sift through what I have. Yeah, I love this decoration style. Not particularly fond of the little humans, but other than that, the decoration style, I love it. It's from the washi tape shop. I'm not completely sure if they still have this specific one, but they do have some things by this artist. I think her name's Tonia Kvach, and her work is so lovely, so good. If you want to check out the washi tape shop, I do have a discount code for that. I mentioned that on and off. I think I've said it as well in the last video, so I'm sorry for that. But yeah, it's a Ruan Paper 10 and it'll get you 10% off and a little commission to me at no additional cost to you. So that's great because it helps the channel out and it helps your wallet out. What I am going to do, I'm just going to use some of these smaller, simple stickers like these like pots. Maybe this pot as well. I can put one on the weekend because we're just going to be gardening in the weekend, over the weekend. So I don't necessarily need all of the space. I always feel bad when I stick something on top of the quote, but then again, I don't really reread the quotes. I really want to get the Japanese version of the Hobonichi weeks next year, because the quotes in English are just really distracting to me. I prefer having them in Japanese because then they just look like decoration to me. I mean, I am learning Japanese, but I mean, I can only read very, very basic Japanese. So the quotes are still just a blur of characters to me. Yeah, I'm just going to put this one here. Cute. Something like this. I feel like my decoration style is getting just more simple every day. Just because sometimes I really enjoy spending a lot of time on decorating. Sometimes I'm just like, I want a decorated page that looks more or less full, but I don't really want to spend too much time on it. And today is one of those days. And then this here. I don't know if you are following the Hobonichi preview stuff that they've been putting out, but I've already seen a Hobonichi week that I really, really enjoy. It's one of the basic colors, which are nice because you can get these in the Hobonichi Weeks Mega, which is what this is, like the thicker one with more notes pages. But yeah, that's a really, really nice one. That is like a dark gray. I mean, that sounds super boring probably, but I love gray. And I have some very cute sets of stickers that I can do something similar to this with, like a pattern on the front. So yeah, get excited for that. I know I am. And I'm just gonna put this on top here. Bam. Not a beauty prize, but it'll work. All right, so one thing I should really work on is not putting my washi tape on too tightly, or like really like stretching out the page when I put on the washi tape, because I always have pages that curl up a little because of that. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, what I like to do then is just on the left-hand column fill out like appointments and where I have to go, but also some details about whether my partner goes into the office or not, because like, for example, today he's in Amsterdam. So I know that I have the day to myself, that it's quiet in the house, which is nice for filming, obviously. But also that I'll have to prepare dinner because he's usually home late. So I'll make sure that dinner is more or less ready so that we can just eat together when he gets home. So it's just nice to write that down, you know? All right, so that is not looking too busy. Going into the office on Thursday and Friday. My partner is going into the office today and on Friday as well. So that's nice. Just one day that we're both not home. So it's always, I don't know if this is a pet person thing, but I'm always glad when there's someone home so that the cats don't feel too lonely or bored. They probably don't care at all. No, that's not true. They are quite social. They like it when we are home, I think. I mean, Momo is lying right next to me on a chair, sleeping very peacefully. Very cute. Very cute. Is there anything else this week? No. All right. Then I'm gonna make some categories of stuff that I need to do. Like, I like to have various categories of to-dos, and some of them are like important to-dos, and some of them are just, I don't know, little fun things. I mean, there's always a list like somewhere at the bottom of to-dos in video games. I just like, tracking what I do in there as well, even though it's obviously not as important as like doing like my financial administration. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Or like, I don't know, weeding the garden. So yeah, I like to have a reminder of things that I want to do more or less daily, just because I always look at this page when I'm making my to-do list. So it's just good to have that reminder. home and garden, things for real on paper, so like video stuff, some personal projects, video games, and then there's sort of this category of other stuff that's called general. So I'm gonna make I'm probably gonna like speed up this part because it's gonna take a while. But yeah. Thing I should do, actually, the next time I'm doing this is start with the right column, because I already smudged this on the left. So I put I put platinum carbon black in here, which is a permanent ink, like a document ink, which is nice because then I don't smudge what I've written before, because I used to use Aurora Black, which is a lovely glossy black ink, but you can still smudge that one, especially like when it's warm and you have quite warm, sweaty hands. You can smudge that one like weeks after, just because it sort of lays that layer of ink on top of the page. This one doesn't do that as much. You can't really smudge this one when it's completely dry. This was not completely dry. So yeah, that was kind of stupid. I also should have left myself a bit more space for the household and chores like kind of category, because that will usually I want to add some things to that category during the week, which I can't really do right now, but that's fine. I'll just put it under general. That's all right. On the right hand column of the left hand page, I like to add some stuff that I want to think about, or like I want to remind myself to check or do that specific day. So for today, I was thinking, like I was writing down that I want to film 2 videos this week, one for this week, one for next week, and I need to edit, and check the comment section, and I was like, oh yeah, comments, I really want to do that today because it has been a couple days. Film, I also want to film today. I maybe want to pull some weeds in the garden if it's not too hot. It's probably too hot, who are we kidding, but it really needs to be done, get done. And then I need to do some laundry. I might go for a run tomorrow, but it'll also be really hot tomorrow, so maybe Wednesday will be better. It's gonna rain a lot on Wednesday, but I don't really mind going for a run when it's raining, as long as it's not super cold. Like running in the rain in winter is the worst. But in summer, it's like, I was gonna take a shower anyway, so might as well get wet while raining. And I usually go for a run out in the fields and like along the edge of the forest, and just the scent of damp air, or like the damp soil in summer when it has just rained is just, it's so good. And then everything is super green and covered in raindrops. So nice, so nice. Just gonna add some more stuff. I'll write the headers for the specific categories on top of the mild liner when everything is completely dry. Otherwise, I'm going to smudge more stuff. And I like to put some boxes in front of the items. But I use the Hobonichi stencil for that. And I think I've left that one downstairs because I don't have it here with me. So I'll add those later as well. So I think that is it for the Hobonichi weeks for now. I'm going to add the other stuff in this column later in the week when I know what I've been able to do today, tomorrow. So I now that I'm... Oh, sorry. I'm probably going to cut out that noise because I just dropped my, what's called my ruler on the floor. That was loud. Sorry, cat. I think I startled you. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, now that I started my new job, I want to be kind of careful planning too far ahead, planning too much, putting too much stuff on my plate, because I know that it'll be stressful enough just to get used to it. So I just want to take it easy this month. not worry too much about all of the trackers and things that I want to do every day. And like, if I don't play the piano or sing or read or like do any of the stuff that I want to encourage myself to do every day, if I don't do any of that, it's fine. I'll build that up again next month or the month after. This month's top priority is just to get used to my new job and to not fall behind with recording the videos and just some household chores, just to make sure that everything keeps running smoothly. Nothing special. That's basically the bottom line. So yeah, one last thing that I wanted to show you is last weekend. No, not last weekend. 1.5 weeks ago, the weekend before that, my partner and I went to Zwolle. And Zwolle is a lovely city in the Netherlands that we'd both been before, but never really been before. Like, we'd been at the station, we'd eaten at a restaurant there, but we'd never really explored the city or like did some shopping. And what we like to do is go to the tourist information for any city that we go to and buy like a map with like the little stories and just like a guided tour, but without a person guiding you, because I'm too awkward for that. I just want to explore on my own with a booklet that tells me what I'm looking at. So we did that and it was lovely. And one of the things that I knew that I wanted to see is the ink pot or the inkwell. I think that's what you'd call it in English, which is a stationary fountain pen ink store. And I'd never looked at inks in a brick and mortar store, which sounds crazy, but I've only been into the like pen and ink hobby for I think like 1.5 years now. And I'd been to stationery stores before. I've been to the same stores, but I was always looking at like other pens and paper and stuff. Ooh, our bins are getting collected outside and it's super loud. I hope it's not too loud, because I have the window open. So I bought 2 things. These things. One of them is this Schneider pastel ink. And if you've been watching my ink swatching series, you've heard me talk about this series quite sometimes. They have 8 colors and I had 7 of them. And I'm a bit of a completionist. Like, if I only had 4, it would be fine. But if there's just one missing, I need to get it. And these are quite affordable. This one set me back like €4.50. And I swatched it here. I was actually surprised at how dark and saturated this one is. Like, if you look at the swatch, like the picture on the front, and also the fact that it's called pastel, I was expecting this to be a lot lighter, but I'm not mad at it. This is quite a nice color. So now I have the complete Schneider pastel series. Really nice. And then this one I am super excited about, because like I was saying before, I kept on smudging things in my Hobonichi weeks and just in my, like also in my monthly pages and just any planner page where you don't just journal from top to bottom, from left to right, but you just hop across the page with your pen, just adding things here and there. I kept on smudging things and I was annoyed by that so much that I started writing with these document fine liners, these Big Man microns, because I don't smudge them as often and because they are like document ink. But they are not a pleasure to write with. They are made for drawing. They have very different nibs. And I was just sad that I wasn't using my fountain pens in my planner pages, because that's one of the great things about the paper, that it can handle fountain pen ink. So I was like, maybe I should just invest in a good document ink. So that's one of the things that I wanted to look for. And they had this one, the Platinum Carbon Black. And it's not the cheapest, but it's also like 60 milliliters. So it'll last me a good while. And I've inked that up in my Pilot Metropolitan Extra Fine, which has a super fine nib. which is great for the Hobonichi grid. And yeah, now I finally have a black document ink. So not the most exciting ink in terms of color, but it really feels like it matches a need that I was having. So it's really nice. It has a cool bottle as well. Like, I like this bottle. Like, it's one of those typical classic platinum bottles. Really nice. They had a lot of bottles stacked, like these little boxes stacked on shelves, and they were quite high up. And as I was reaching for them, I imagined like knocking down like an entire stack of these boxes. I was like almost shaking. I was like, no, don't break anything. But it was just in my head. So yeah, I have been rambling again. This is probably going to be one of the Ru's ramblings videos, because it's just a bit of everything. Yeah. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me in this little planning session. I hope you did something fun in the meantime as well. Yeah, I'm gonna flee from the attic before it gets too hot in here. It's now a little over, what is it, 8:30, and it's already getting to start warmer, so time to go downstairs where it's nice and cool. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Take care. Bye.